Everybody always wants to be better at the game, but very few have what it takes to endure the hours of mind-numbing frustration that accompanies improving your abilities in Call of Duties. Total time played, the hours played, what prestige you are, what level you are, it's mostly meaningless. I see plenty of master procedures with negative KDs and 150 score per minutes. Kids try and fail and they get butthurt and they blame anything they can to rationalize their own failure. The whiners, and they'll say silly things like Call of Duty takes no skill, that's why I'm not good at it. Call of Duty's for little kids, that's why I get shit on. Everyone wants to be good at the game, but it's not about, people aren't born good. If you want to be good at the game, you do it. You gotta go get it, People aren't born with Call of Duty talent, people are born competitive. And the competitive people want to be good, so they go get good. Skill in these kind of games is dictated by who wants it more. I want it! If you want it too, then I humbly offer some advice, alright? People want to get faster, they run with ankle weights on. If you want to get good at this game, you cut off everything you love. You break yourself down as a player and you rebuild. Everything you rely on, everything that aids or assists your game must be purged. You must rebuild your very understanding of the violence that you intend to master. You must experience it blind and deaf and with no limbs. No submachine guns, no assault rifles. You play with the shotgun, the ballistic knife, or the assault shield. No fixed spawns, no capture the flag or domination or demolition. No free kills on bomb planters and flag cappers. You play with random spawns and not TDM. TDM is full of 8-year-olds, and if you want to go beat the shit out of little kids, more power to you. But don't cry and wonder why you get tossed around like a stuffed animal when you play with the big boys. You play hardpoint or headquarters. Random spawns, super fast paced. You go with the shotgun or you go knife only, or if you're in a really good mood, you can really cope with some punishment, you break out that assault shield. It's supposed to be frustrating. You will die and you will be grateful for those deaths. You will break yourself down as a player and rebuild on the base infrastructure of hindered combat. When you're using the shotgun or the knife for the shield, it forces your mind to improve. This game is all about problem solving. Some asshole's camping in the hard point. He's got claymores and a shotgun. How do you solve that problem? There's a sniper in the window. Maybe it's not even a sniper. How are you going to take that sumbitch out? Everything is problem solving. Now your mind improves because when you're using weapons of such a limited nature, even the small stuff becomes a very complex problem. Moving around the map is easy with an SMG. Just check your corners, hug the walls. Not the same with a shotgun or a knife. You have to very carefully plan out every individual movement. Because if you get seen by some dick from a distance and he's got that MSMC and you're running around with the S12, got your dick in your hands, there's nothing you can do to fight back. You have to learn to cope with things other than simply shooting back at your enemy. You have to learn how to evade. You have to learn how to, sort of juke. You have to learn how to trick your enemy into doing something that will end up, that you can use against them. There's all these different strategies you have to use when you can't just simply shoot back from a distance at your opponent. You're trying to take out a camper. You can't just ADS their spot from a distance. You have to maneuver across the map, which is its own problem. You gotta close the distance with your enemy. You gotta come up on him in a way that he's not gonna get you from a distance. You gotta figure out how to get past his defenses like claymores, and then you gotta take him out. To do well with a shotgun, you have to control the parameters of every engagement. You have to be fighting on your terms or you will lose. You have to find clever ways to outsmart your opponents because you can't simply shoot back anymore. Every kill, every movement, every captured objective, everything becomes its own difficult and complex problem to solve. This is not the case if you're using an SMG or an assault rifle. There's no problem solving that you need to do with the AR. You can camp the objective from a distance in a safe area with some claymores. It's very simple. You can camp with shotguns, but you can't camp and do well with shotguns. Like if you camp, you can only get kills that are within 5 feet of you. So if you're camping, you have to hope that they come within 5 feet of you, which they're not going to do if they're smart. Not even smart. They're not going to do that unless they're really, really stupid. Now, the spawns in hardpoint or headquarters are always going to be jumping around, right? You have to be on your toes all the time. Whereas in domination, you can just kind of assume generally the bad guys are over there, the good guys are over here. Same with demolition, capture the flag. This area is unsafe, this area is safe. When you're playing hardpoint or headquarters, every area is always unsafe. Play the Chaos Mosh Pit playlist, where there is never a second of downtime. You can choose to hinder yourself even further. Play without ghosts, try and anticipate enemy movements, play with combat axes. It's not going to be easy or fun, it's going to suck, and you have to do it for a while, a full day at least. Preferably much longer, so that your mind starts to step it up. It'll start out frustrating, it will stay frustrating, but at the end of the day, you'll be putting up better scores than you were at the beginning of the day, and you will be humbled. You will be faced with your own lackings and failures. You will respect truly as you never have before the abilities of your enemies. And the next day, you will switch back to that MSMC, you will put Ghost back on, and it will feel easy because your mind will still be operating at the high speeds and concocting complex solutions to even simpler problems. You will be thinking faster and harder than your opponents. You will be on edge. Your opponents will be relaxed. Suddenly the kills will feel so easy because you just have to point and shoot. No more finding advanced solutions and predicting every minute enemy movement. You don't even have to control the engagement anymore. The ease of the kills will motivate you. Every kill strengthening your resolve. You will become aggressive. You will be deep in the enemy spawn and it won't be a problem because you know the direction they are coming from and you know how to defend yourself from multiple angles at the same time. After all that time capturing and defending hardpoints and defending against the erratic spawns, the mind will still be anticipating every movement and studying the mini-map subconsciously, and when it begins to internalize its new advantages in the form of long-range, all-purpose weaponry, it will maximize on that potential, and you will become a killing machine. The entire map will be your hardpoint, and you will defend its every angle and master the prediction of enemy spawns and movements. And you will begin to realize what talents you have unlocked, what you are truly capable of. You will see the game in a new light. You will experience it in a new and profound way. To maintain these abilities, you should start every session with a shotgun or knife-only warm-up. Now, I've been doing this for a while, and I'm telling you it works. Alright? Playing with a shotgun for a while will make you better at the game when you switch back to the assault rifle or the SMG. This gameplay was my warm-up that day. And once you start to get the hang of playing with the shotties, it begins to conjure up these really exciting games. I don't know if the gameplay can adequately get across just how fun this game was to play. Once you start getting good with shotguns, they are very rewarding. Now, I know some folks complain about shotties. They say they're overpowered and cheap. One-shot kills. But I respectfully disagree. I'll admit the Remington is OP, but even with the Remington, it's like I was talking about before. Every engagement is a problem you have to solve. When you're using the shotty, you have to control every engagement or you'll lose. Not anybody can just pick up a shotgun and start doing well with it. You have to be able to anticipate enemy movements and spawns. You have to be thinking constantly. There are entire chunks of the map that you can't even get near. You have to find clever routes through every area of every map to get where you need to be. Using the shotgun isn't about the skill of the fight itself. Those are easy once you're in range. It's about understanding and controlling the map, which is the most difficult part of this game, and it's what separates the men from the boys. The shotgun will teach you to become one with the map. Same with knife only, but the assault shield will actually be a much different story. It's not as much about map control as it will be about twitch reaction timing, predicting enemy reactions, things like that. The assault shield is a whole nother ball game that I will make a video about at a later date. If you want it, go get it. This is Batman signing out.